He's Sun Valley for you. If you have this amount of money, probably not even gonna card you. $1,000 freaking for a bottle of wine. This stuff better be liquid gold, alright? Really, if you can pay that much, they're not gonna card you. Come on. Oh, I didn't see you there. Hello, and welcome to the very 5th episode of Shut Up and Listen. I'm your host, Edward Bitten, and this is my beautiful co-host, Daphne. Okay, welcome my beautiful co-host, Daphne. God damn it, this is getting weird. Alright, you get up here, random man in the audience. Alright, what's your name?
Corbin.
What do you have to offer us, Corbin?
There's a plastic bag.
Nope, it's not gonna work.
A pineapple.
I'm pretty sure SpongeBob lives in there.
So that's a no?
Exactly.
Okay. A 5-pound gun here there.
This will work. Okay, let's get right down to business, shall we?
Can I
All
come
right.
on too?
Ugh.
Hey, I was co-host last week. Can I come on this week too?
I suppose. Get up here. Woo!
Wait, who's gonna run the camera?
We'll leave that to chance. It's the poltergeist. He can run it. Alright, so first order of business. Stand up. First order of business. Sam's gonna stand up. Second order of business. Lindsay Lohan has been ordered by court to be on the nation's lowest rated, one episode, thank God, lowest rated TV show. It's an absolute abomination called Glee. Oh, shut up the name.
And for the people that are going to watch it just because Lindsay Lohan is it, seriously, I know you're just watching it just to see her in slutty clothes. Just look her up on the internet. I mean, seriously. Come on.
That's so very, very true. But, in other news, the Pope went to Mexico to focus on the Mexican children. His thoughts when coming back? Spicy.
Well, I remember for my 6th birthday, the Pope had dinner with me, and he was dressed like Pedo Bear, which wasn't even a meme at the time, but it was still very disturbing.
Sorry.
I always thought Pedo Bear liked girls, but I guess he's into guys also.
I was a choir boy once.
That bear approves. Okay. Well, if we're all confessing now, I went on a date with the Pope once. It didn't go very pleasantly. Take a look.
This is a date. This is what normal guys do when they want to have sex with someone. Shut up.
Fuck you.
Paddle boats are a great opportunity for you and that special someone to get to know each other on a personal one-on-one basis.
Fuck you.
Shut up. Look, priests, we're sexual beings. Just accept it. We sit around praying to a 19-year-old virgin all day. We're gonna get horny. Listen, priests, if you want to have sex with little boys, that's okay. But first, you need to be married. Let me show you how to propose to a little boy. First of all, you're gonna get down on your knees in a romantic place like a rose garden like this. Anthony, pay attention. Then you're gonna spout some kind of sentimental bullshit like, I've loved you since the day I baptized you as an infant. Don't worry, the kids love that shit, okay? Anthony, will you make me the happiest pope in the world? Will you marry me?
Hell no.
You enjoyed that? Even though I had to suffer through it. But in other news, a man in Portugal, I think, who knows, a man in Portugal had a complete face transplant. His face was resembled to be completely, exactly, almost identical to Sarah Jessica Parker. This horse-like man was tortured all the way up through grade in high school. But he finally accumulated money. Finally accumulated the money to get his face transplant. Good on him. So, with this, we also have a guest. This guy cannot be in the show because he's too afraid of the outside world, or being shot by a gang lord, or casino owner. Either one, which comes first. But he used to live in Vegas. He was a world famous card conner. You may know him, but we decided to leave out his face and blur his face and take out his voice and add a more suitable one. And we also check out his address. Kind of. Without further ado, please welcome my first guest. We're here with a blackjack expert. We won't disclose his name because a lot of casinos have been after for quite some time. But he's teaching me the art of counting cards, and hopefully I'll get better.
People have been counting cards for quite a while, ever since our genius group from MIT developed the system.
Correct.
Now, one of the biggest things that casino management have established to defeat card counters is they've gone from a single deck dealer to a 6-deck container. Those 6 decks shuffled individually, or are they shuffled all together?
I'd imagine all together.
There you're right. They are shuffled all together.
So you can't be too sure.
So that's raised the stakes for card counter, because there's a higher probability that you're going to see a face card, a flurry of face cards, the 15, 16, 17 face cards with very few negatives or neutral cards in between, so you could actually get a pretty lean deck at one time. Whereas if you're dealing with single card or single deck dealers, right? Your count's going to go neutral. Okay, now it's in 1. Okay, now it's neutral. Now it's in 1. Now it's in 2. Now it's in 1. Now it's neutral. Now it's plus 1. Now it's neutral. Now it's plus 1. Now it's in 1. Now it's neutral. See, it's going to hang out in that neutral zone most of the time. Okay, with single decks. It don't take nothing to run out of cards in a deck and you shuffle and you're starting over again. Okay, so it's not a big impact. Now, when you're dealing with a 6-deck shoe, okay, and you're running halfway through that deck and you just had a huge flurry of face cards, okay, and now your count is like an N8, okay. So that's going to make a difference as you get down. Say if you get down towards the last third of that shoe, and you hit numbers like that.
But it still
you
applies.
can bring the stakes on.
So
right?
okay,
See
so
what I'm
when they
saying?
mix the 6 decks, it still applies. 1/3 of the deck is a third of the 6 decks is face cards. 1/3 is neutral. 1/3 is net.
Correct. That ratio is still the same.
There's no way to take that
even
away.
though there's 6 decks.
Right.
Now, when we all saw Rain Man, and Raymond was keeping a very accurate count, and they got down to the very tail end of that 6-deck shoe, and his count was so incredibly accurate, he knew exactly what that card was giving, what category that card was going to be. So his guidance was very critical.
In 3.
In 2.
Oh, okay.
In 2. In 2. In 2.
In 2. In 3.
No, in 1.
Okay. What?
It's in
I'm
1
confused.
because these are positives. So your -1 and your -2
What is
just
in
went
2?
to a -1. This is what you got to learn when you count cards. Negative.
How do you do plus
when we've
1?
been saying in, we're saying -1, -2, -3. So our count was -2.
What was plus?
No, these are pluses.
So if
So our count was -2. You saw a plus.
oh, it goes. Oh, okay, I see. I
See,
Okay, I see.
-2. You just saw this.
-1.
Now it's -1. Okay, in 1. We just call it in 1 to
Okay,
simplify
alright, draw
things.
another card.
In 1.
Neutral. That's just
Right,
neutral.
we're neutral.
Yeah.
In neutral.
In plus P1.
Neutral.
What?
0. These are worth
Okay.
0. Okay, neutral.
Neutral.
Neutral. Okay,
Okay,
you got
right,
it?
right. Neutral. Still wait.
In 1.
In 1. In 1.
Okay,
In 2.
okay.
Neutral. I mean.
In 2.
2.
Still in 2.
Right, you're right. In 3.
In 3.
In 4. In 5. In 4.
4. Good. In 4.
This is hard. In 5.
In 5.
In 5. In 6. In 6.
Good. In 6. Now, how's the deck look?
The deck looks.
We're at an
We're
N6.
at in 6.
It's lean.
It's lean. That means.
A lot of low cards have come out.
So you can
the
take a hit
deck.
now. If it's an
Or excuse me. Sorry. A lot of low cards have come out. The deck is really rich. In 6, it's a rich deck because we got a lot of face cards left.
So that means I should take a hit.
means you should bet lightly.
Bet lightly,
Okay.
and then but still take a hit. P6 people. The deck is very lean, extremely lean. That means it's full of either neutral. That means it's full of neutral and low cards.
Yeah, it means
very good chance.
P6, that means big time peons are coming out of here. P is for peon.
Okay. Hit me.
Okay, here we go. Okay, what's the count
The count is.
from what you've got? P6.
Sir, the count is P6, P7.
Still P6?
P6, still P6, no P7.
Then what did this make it?
I'd make it P6.
P6.
P6
It went
again.
down to a P5.
P5.
P5, and then what did this?
Oh, no, it goes on to P6. That made
Right
it
back to a
P6.
P6.
Right.
Okay, P6. Would you like a card, sir?
Hit me.
Would you like another card?
I will stand, sir.
You'll stand. Okay. What's the count after this came out?
The count is now The count is now.
Went down to
It's still
back to-
P6. Because 5 to 8 is neutral.
Right, neutral.
So
Still
it's still
P6. Okay, dealer has. Dealer has
7.
6.
6, sorry.
Okay, dealer has 6. Dealer has 11. Dealer has 14. Dealer has 18.
21.
Woohoo!
So this is what counting
That,
cards can
folks,
get you.
is what a
That
lean
is
deck
what
can
a
do.
lean deck can do for you.
Good
Just
job.
one hit can bring you from $0 to $10,000 if you know how to count right.
Please come again.
Thank you,
The
sir.
door is open.
That is right. Thank you so much for coming on our show.
Oh, why, certainly. My pleasure.
Now let's recap, okay? So, rich deck, a very rich deck is very bad for you. A lean deck is very good for you, and a neutral deck is the dealer's favor.
So, what does a super rich deck do for you as a player?
It makes you're more likely to break city for you.
Right. And since you have to run that gauntlet before the dealer, that's not all that great.
Yeah.
So I'd bet low. Now, if you've got a super lean deck loaded with low cards, what does that mean for you as a player?
Loaded with low cards. That means you're gonna want to bet really high because you're just gonna keep getting low cards. And if you have a good chance, of coming up with a high card and then 2 low cards.
If you didn't start with a 19 or a 20, there's a good chance you can work your way up to a good hand. And I mean a good hand is a 16 or a 17 or better, and then give the dealer that opportunity to bust.
Correct.
With a bunch of low cards, because the dealer must hit on a 16 or under.
Right. Correct. Thank you very much for coming on my show. This is
My pleasure.
Very good. Thank you.
Piano player.
There is something I forgot. Okay. The last guest that we have today, very special guest, who is in this studio somewhere. Please give a warm welcome to Corbin again. So, Corbin, how long have you been playing piano?
Just a little more than a year.
And he can play the Turkish March near perfectly. This is amazing. You're going to be blown away with this. Please, sit back and enjoy.